y'all for liking the stream. Come on in. Got something I want to get come on in the room. Come on in the room. And while y'all do that, I'm gonna turn on some air in here because it's hot as hell. So you want to be famous? Excuse me. What's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for joining. All right, what is going on, everybody? Thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for joining. We got 12 people in here. Hit that like button if you haven't already. All right, guys. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Officer Israel. So we're gonna talk about for those of us who want to be rich and famous, right? Um, hold on, I tell you what. Let me do this real quick. What's going on, Derek? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for joining. Uh, I scared you. Why would you come in here if I scared you, bro? That don't make no sense. Alright, so yes. So I haven't been live like this in a minute, but we're gonna go ahead and get to the point. You said grab your camera from a. What does that mean? Alright, so guys, here we go. So I came up with this topic, right? Because I'm a YouTuber. I got over. Hold on, let me make sure you guys can see me. I came up with this topic because obviously I got over 7,000 subscribers, right? And although I'm gonna give you guys a little background on myself. I used to want to be a rapper and a singer, right? Because I have uh, a talent. You know, I'm good at rapping and I'm good at singing, and I'm good at kind of acting, right? So, but that's when I was younger. So, I would always try to put videos on Facebook when it first came out. What's going on? Thank y'all for joining. I can't see your name from here, but thank y'all for joining. I got my phone sitting up on a phone holder, so that's why I can't see you guys' name. I can barely see your comments. But anyway, so I was one of those people, I was one of those teenagers who really desired to be, uh, I was really one of those teenagers who really desired to be rich and famous, right? Um, I used to write songs, I used to write raps, I used to write poetry. I used to try to get into acting, you know, like do skits and stuff like that. And I used to watch people like famous singers like Chris Brown, Bruno Mars, you know, even the older generation like the group Jagged Edge, things of that nature. And when I used to see it like on BET, I thought that was the way to go. So fast forwarding to my grown years, I started doing research about what it takes to get a record deal. And then, I started realizing that yes, when you sign that contract, eventually, if you keep working hard enough, you will be rich and famous. But a lot of these people, when they sign a contract, they're not realizing that they're actually selling their manhood or their womanhood or even their soul. So this is the reason why I wanted to talk about this topic today. Um, because at the end of the day, is it really worth you selling your soul and you're not able to be like you used to be? Like me, I didn't grow up in the best place, right? I grew up, in poverty, as did some of the famous football players and basketball players, so on and so forth, in the entertainment world today. But then I sat back and I thought to myself, like, as a kid now, I sat back and I thought to myself, like, yo, it's not really worth it, because when I was looking on the outside, when I was on the outside looking in, I thought, oh, okay, this is the way to go. But I did not realize that these entertainers go through so much just to get a little bit of nothing. And some of it I can't even say on here because I may get banned, and I'm not trying to get banned. But let's take the P Diddy situation. From to my knowledge, P Diddy signed Usher when he was a teenager, and he signed Justin Bieber. I specifically remember when Justin Bieber first came out. I remember watching his video. I remember watching his one of his music videos on I remember watching a clip of his one of his music videos on MTV. One of the first songs he came out with was One Time. And like I said, back then I was a singer myself. So when I seen this kid, I'm like, okay, he can sing. But then when I watched the whole video, I seen Usher in the video. And back then I didn't think nothing of it, but I'm like, okay, we got Usher in the building. Usher finally signed him. He's good to go. But now, as I started doing research, and I'm looking up the history of Justin Bieber and P Diddy, Justin Bieber and Usher, you could just tell that over the years his soul literally drained from him. Like, yes, he's still alive, but he's not the same he's not the same lively person that he was when he first got famous, or before he got discovered. And as the same case with so many others. So and I had an article that I was reading earlier when I was in a hotel. Most of these people that, like, when you look at Michael Jackson, I'm gonna get back to P Diddy in a minute. But when you look at Michael Jackson, before Michael Jackson's demise, or before he died, he literally said that one of the richest people that was a part of Sony is the damn devil. That's what he said. And then he just mysteriously died. It was a whole shebang about somebody killing him and stuff like this. But Michael Jackson, if you look up the history of how great Michael Jackson was, he was going to leave Sony Records owning half of Sony and the Beatles catalog. But I noticed that every time people want to own their own royalties or own something good for themselves, or even own a network even when it comes to them owning a network, saying things like they want to own a network, they end up going to jail or thrown in prison, or they end up dead. Like, for example, the most recent one was Angie Stone. Before Angie Stone passed away in that horrific car accident, she was saying that the people that she was signed to, I guess, would not let her own her own royalties. They didn't give her money due. They did not give her the money that she was owed. So when she went live and said that shortly after, probably months later, she ended up getting a horrific car accident and dying. My question is, if it's okay to be rich and famous, my question is, if it's okay to be rich and famous, why are so many people being just coming up dead or something like that when they say they want what's owed to them? So that's my point today. Do you really want to be famous? Even when it comes to the football player, the actors and everything, is it really worth you selling your soul and not really getting what's owed to you? And then the thing is, when like I rather, my point is, I rather struggle like what I am. I'm not saying that I'm struggling so much now, but I'd rather be, broke, with a little bit of income coming in, than to be famous and having all, giving up my manhood, because I'm going to talk about that in a minute too. Giving up my manhood, giving up my morality to sit up there to just have some type of camera in my face every day, and because when you're rich and you got everything, what else can you buy? You done bought the cars, you got the women, or you got the men, or whatever your preference is. But after you done sold your soul and you done went around the world, you got what you got. Is it really worth you selling your manhood? Is it really worth you're not able to go to your grandmother or go to your regular family members that's not famous and tell them what's really going on? Because you scared that they're going to be sacrificed or they're going to be unalive if you start saying stuff? Because every time somebody try to expose the industry, what happened to them? They end up getting thrown in jail, beat up, or unalive. But so you want to be famous. Now, I got over 7,000 subscribers, y'all, and I appreciate every single one of y'all. Don't get me wrong, I really do. But even people like myself, I'm afraid, and yes, I said I'm afraid. I'm afraid that if I get too large on this YouTube stuff, they may start coming after me. Like, what's the brother name that was a regular streamer, and now he's all over now he's all over the world meeting superstars. Kai. I don't know his last name, but I think his name is Kai. So my point is, uh, although we may see it on the TV and think that it's all cool and great to be famous, brothers and sisters, it's not really worth our soul. It is not really worth our soul. And some people say, yeah, you can choose to sell your soul and all this type of stuff. Believe you me, when they get you in the back of that room, when you start getting many views and many subscribers, and they start having these famous people contact you, what are you gonna do? Like those of us who are streaming right now, what will you guys do when the industry start coming after you? Like, will you sell your soul? Will you be will you be so caught up on wanting to be famous or wanting to be rich? Will you sell your soul? Because a lot of people sit up there and they sign their name on a dotted line, not really understanding what they just did. Selling your soul is real. Some people don't believe it, but yes, selling your soul is real. And I myself. Now I'm a gamer on YouTube, and I go live sometime, talking about things and go live with different games, like I am now. But what happens if I get so far that the elite of the world that owns Hollywood start to contact me? And what happens if I begin to deny them? Like, what happens if I say, "Oh no, I'm good," but then I'm steady getting views on YouTube? I got over, let's say, 100 million views on YouTube, and then they start inviting me to their parties. Hit the like button if you haven't already, guys. My point is, it's not worth being famous. Now I want to talk about the homosexual agenda in the industry. I know some of you are going to disagree with this, but it is what it is. How come so many people, when they get rich and famous, whether they be a singer, actor, or something like that, how come all the males have to be in a dress? Why can't they just be their regular self and just act or sing? What's the big deal about putting a grown masculine man in a dress? So many of our brothers have signed that contract, and they said, "Hey, we'll give you this amount of money, and we will make you famous if you put on a dress." I'm sorry, but it ain't no amount of money in the world that can make me put on a dress that I will put on a dress for. No. And then if you deny it, then by the time you get home, long time no see. What's going on, Sergeant Dev? Long time no see. Good to see you, bro. Then by the time you get home, you catch a flight and you get home. Now the whole world believes that you've done so much, that you've done this crime, and you weren't even at home at the time. Why do people got to go through that just because they want to be famous? So you want to be famous, right? Are you people on this live stream? Are you willing to sell your soul for a little bit of change and to destroy your morality? Because I often think about that. And I thought about it tonight, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go live and I'm going to talk about this because it's bothering me. Because even when you're a streamer, you don't need, like I'm a streamer. Like I was saying earlier, I'm a streamer, guys. And I know that I got over 7,000 subscribers on YouTube. And like I said, I appreciate it. But this stuff is not worth me selling my soul. It's not worth me selling my soul. I don't want to be on TV. You understand what I'm saying? If me having a TV deal involves me putting on a dress or me being with another man, nah, I'm good. I'd rather stay where I'm at. I don't have it all, and before I get it all, I rather not have it all before I get it all. And in order for me to get it all, I have to sell my bios, or I have to be with another man, or I have to put on another dress. I don't give a damn if they ask me to put on a wig. I'm not doing it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not doing it. Hold on, I'm gonna read you guys' comments real quick. Still doing the LSPDFR videos. I haven't done it in a while, but I will get back to it once I update it. They've been doing a lot of updates regarding that, bro, and I'm really not, I'm not big on LSPDFR like I used to, bro, to be honest with you. But if you guys haven't already, hit that like button and share the live stream. Give me a minute. I'm gonna share the live stream myself one more time because this is a good topic to talk about. Because like I said, I got over 7,000 subscribers, and these are some of the things that I think about. Hold on, guys. But yeah, I'll be back to focus on when I have time to deal with the updates and all that bullshit. But tonight's topic is, so you want to be famous. And some of you may say, well, no. Some of you may argue, or some of you may say, well, no, Officer Israel, I don't want to be famous, but I want the money. But certain money that you make in the industry, after they let you make a certain amount, they're coming after you. And when I say they, I mean the elite of the elite. You guys know who I'm talking about. I feel sorry for those brothers and sisters or those men and women that can't be themselves no more. They can't be that little girl no more. They can't be that little boy no more because they done got so high in the industry and they had to sacrifice a family member, or they had to sacrifice a friend, or they had to sacrifice their manhood or their womanhood. And what I mean when I say sacrifice their manhood or their womanhood, I mean you bending over. You been they taking you to a certain party, telling you that you can't record anything, and next thing you know, you ask them for something to drink, or they offer you something to drink. Next thing you know, you pass the hell out, and the next thing you know, when you wake up a few more minutes, your butthole is hurting, and they tell you that if you tell anybody, we will show people what you were doing on this video. And you don't even know that you were doing it on a video, but it just so happened that that same drink that they offered you was spiked with some type of chemical that knocked you out, but at the same time made you not remember anything when you were doing the things that you were doing. I don't want to go through that, man. I love YouTube. Don't get me wrong. I like being on YouTube. I like people knowing. I like, being somewhat of a household name. But these are the things that need to be talked about. This is the cost of fame, guys. Just look at Drake and Kendrick. So their stink start for fame. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's exactly what I'm saying. Drake, Lil Wayne, I don't care how famous you guys think they are. Whether it be Lil Boosie, whether it be Hurricane Chris, whether it be a famous football player, a famous basketball player, they had to do something strange for just a piece of change. Even Kanye West said, I sold my soul, and it was a crappy deal. But at least it came with a few toys like a Happy Meal. Y'all don't remember when he said that? Y'all don't remember when Kanye West openly said that he sold his soul and that it was a crappy deal? And by the way, I'm not digging in my nose, I'm just scratching. But y'all don't remember him saying that? That's a good point that you brought up, Victor. That is a very good point that you brought up. Nicki Minaj and Lil Wayne, The Rock, all of those people, even the people in the MMA world, the people that's joining the famous people. I like to watch MMA. I like to watch the UFC, for example. But even them, they sell their soul. They had to do something strange for a piece of change. And then when people like Cat Williams, which is another comedian that I like to watch, when he exposes the industry, they try to shut him down. Like, what's his name? Tory Lanez. He's an R&B singer. I think he's an R&B singer and a rapper or something like that. I don't really listen to too much of his music. But they got him in jail right now because just before they put him in jail, guess what he was doing? He was exposing the music industry. Everybody that exposed the music industry, they end up dead or in jail. Let's talk about the P. Diddy situation. Also, by being famous over time, it hurts your mental health. Right. That's a good point, bro. I'm not trying to end my damn live stream. Yeah, that's a good point you made. But I'm gonna circle back to that in just a second. What was I saying? Damn, I forgot my point. But I'm gonna come back to the point that you just made. The mental health that you gotta endure. Like some of you know me as an officer Israel, but sometimes I don't. Like, for example, I made a joke about this the other day, guys. I said that I don't want to be famous to the point where if I'm taking a shit on the toilet and one of my fans coming to me and say, "Oh my God, you're Officer Israel. Can I take a picture with you?" I'm trying to take a shit. Excuse my language, but or when I step out with my family, it's all kind of cameras. I don't want that, bro. I don't. And then then somebody taking a picture of me on the toilet, posting a picture of me on the toilet, and now I'm all on TMZ. You mean to tell me nobody else besides me takes a shit? What about y'all? Nobody ever takes a picture of a normal people that's taking a shit. But just because I'm rich and famous, or because I'm famous, oh, I can't believe Officer Israel is taking a shit. Bro, let me take a crap in peace. And even besides that, even when you going out with your family, you can't even eat in peace with your family. Oh, Officer Israel is seen with his wife, and they're eating dinner. Why can't I eat in peace? I don't want that, bro. So going back to your point, bro, that's a good point. Your mental health is affected. What you say, bro? Everyone also bothers you 24/7. Your privacy is important, but fame takes that away. Good point. That's my point exactly. Can you like all the paparazzi and all the stuff that and think about this too. Can you imagine the death threats that you would get just because you rich and famous and you moved away from the hood, or you moved away from where you used to stay at and got a better life? Can you imagine the people that's trying to put things in your drink just to make you go to sleep or just to rob you? Can you imagine? You can't, like me, I could go outside right now. Now, I'm not saying that can't nobody kill me not being famous, because it does. People get killed every day. But I can go outside right now in peace and just chill outside on my porch without anybody taking a picture of me. Because don't nobody know me like that. Don't nobody know me as Officer Israel like that. Or I can go outside on my porch in peace and ain't nobody gonna try to rob me because I got millions of dollars. You understand what I'm saying? And they're jealous because I made it out and they still in the hood. I don't want to go through that, bro. And I'm gonna speak on something else too. Sacrifices. These entertainers, whether they be MMA stars, whether they be football players, basketball players, singers, rappers, actors, actress, whoever, whatever. These people be sacrificing their families. Not only do they sacrifice their butthole, but they sacrifice their families. Y'all don't be noticing how when somebody get famous, all of a sudden they parent just mysteriously dies? Nobody ever noticed that? And going back to the P. Diddy situation. Now they said P. Diddy did all this and all that, I'm not saying that he didn't do it. But usually, if a regular person did something like that, he would have still been rotting in jail. So, if he did all this, tell me why he is getting out of jail now. What the hell is going on? Why is he getting out of, why is he, people are coming up saying he did A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way down to Z, and now he's free? That don't make no sense to me. What type of sense do that make? What's the use of putting him all on the social media, making a documentary of how bad he is if you just gonna let him out of jail? The shit don't make no sense to me. So you gonna let him out of jail to bust somebody else's booty hole open? To beat another female? I don't get it. And not only that, but He's not the only one. He's not the only one that's guilty of doing that. The whole music industry is guilty of doing. I mean, the whole industry is guilty of doing that. From the elite of the people to the very lowest of the people. Even even if you guys go back to your favorite Nickelodeon shows and you research some of them actors and actresses, like for example on iCarly, for those of you who like to watch iCarly, like on all those different shows on Nickelodeon that we used to love to watch. And most of them people will tell you, yeah, I was touched on. This person touched me when I was a little girl, when I was 6 years old, when I first came out on the show. They molested me. You mean to tell me nobody's gonna talk about that? So I firmly believe that what really be going on in the industry, they will molest you or they will get you raped, and then they will turn you into an animal and you get used to it, and then now you signing other people to a movie deal and you gotta rape that person or you gotta sexually assault that person, and then you train him how to do it, and then he or she got to do it to the next person, on so on and so on and so on and so on. But you famous though. You may not have your manhood or your womanhood no more, but you're famous. So that's why I asked the question. So you want to be famous? I don't want to. I don't want to be famous. I want to be normal. Do I want to further my financial means? Yes. But if me furthering my financial status or means involves me selling my soul, involves me violating somebody or getting violated, no, I think not. I really think not. Share the live stream, guys. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Um, and then, like I said, when you try to speak against it, guess what happens? They end up silencing you. You end up dead for telling the truth. Everybody that spoke against the Illuminati or whatever you want to call it, they are either dead, thrown in a mental asylum, or something. Why they do people like that when they telling the truth? So when I started examining these situations, guys, that's when I realized, listen, it ain't worth me. If I gotta, for me to be a successful R&B singer or a rapper or an actor, to do all that, no, I'd rather not. Some of you don't even know I can sing. Some of you don't even know I can rap. Some of you got to look at my shorts, my YouTube shorts, just to find a video of me singing. You know why I stopped singing? You know why I stopped posting rap videos? Because I don't want the Illuminati or anybody that's involved in it coming after me. No, I don't want to go to your parties. No, I don't want. No, I don't want to. I know I don't want to chill with P Diddy. I don't want to chill with Steve Harvey. I don't. I don't want none of that because I know what it's going to end. I know where it's going to end up. Nah, I'm good. And they'll probably try to say, excuse me. They'll probably try to say, well, Officer Israel, you've been making a lot of money. We've allowed you to make a lot of money. You got to pay us back. Well, take all the money back. Take it back. Let me go back to the hood. Take it back. Take it all back. Take the endorsements back. Take the sponsorships back. But I'm not doing that, man. And I'm pretty sure it's been millions, thousands, if not millions of people saying the same thing. Let me see. For something bad. Right. Another point to add are presidents. For example, Abraham Lincoln was shot because he ended slavery. Yeah, I wouldn't say he ended slavery, but uh, I believe he realized that we were enslaved for so long that even if he wrote that petition or freed us, look at my fingers, freed us, quote unquote, he knew that once he so-called freed us, he knew that we wouldn't move nowhere. He knew that we would be docile. He knew that we would be weak. He knew that we would be mentally broken. But that's on another. That's a good topic to talk about too. I need to write that down because that's a good topic to talk about. But yeah, I see a lot of people on TikTok, including my brothers and sisters. They're showing that and we got to the point now where they don't even have to ask us, do we want to sell our soul? People on TikTok now is being famous for showing their bodies. So they know which ones that's gonna be easy to pick. The girls that's dressing half naked and stuff like that, the brother that hate his people, that hate his own people, they watch our social media. They say, yeah, that's gonna be a good one right there. Give her a contract. Cause she already talking about how she don't like niggas. How she don't like her baby daddy. She already talking that talk that we like. Sign her to a deal and let's get her to make some retarded music. That's how it goes. So guys, for those of you who are low level YouTubers, including myself, y'all better think about what y'all doing. Cause I know some of you are on here because you want a better financial situation. I understand. But think about what we're talking about tonight. So and ask yourself, do you really want to be famous? Cause you're gonna have to give up something that you never thought you would have to give up in your life. That goes to white people, black people, uh, Hispanic people, Native American, whatever race you are. You gotta ask yourself, whatever you do on this YouTube, if you're not on YouTube, whatever you do on TikTok, whatever you do on any social media that you're on, ask yourself, is it you being famous? Is it really worth you selling your soul? And then here's another thing about those contracts. Look how many people that done died, rappers that done died after selling their soul and getting famous. Do you know that the music industry put a what they call that? Put insurance on you just in case something happened to you. They tell you to make that gangster music, right? They sign you to make that gangster music, and then you make that gangster music like you really living it. Now, some people do really live that gangster life, but most of them people that be talking about that gangster shit, they don't be living it. And then when that person get put to death, do you know that? Do you know that the contract that I mean the the record company that you was with that was producing your music? Do you know that they make more off that person that's dead now than they did when he was alive? Look at Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson made probably billions of dollars for Sony. And after his death, he made them more money than he did when he was alive. let's look at a recent rapper, Julio Fulio. Now I don't know his financial status, but I guarantee you, every time somebody, I done seen it on social media. Every time somebody get killed, a famous person get killed, like a famous rapper, for example, a famous gangster rapper, for example. Every time that person get killed, you see all kind of peace. You see all kind of rest in peace. You see all kind of photos of them, videos of them, and you see thousands of likes on them. And you hear his music playing in the background. And somehow people start playing his music more now that he's dead than he was alive. Do you know every time you hit that like button on that photo of that dead person that you're paying the record company? So Julio Fulio, for example, they're making more money off that brother now that he's dead than he was alive. Because soon as I kid you not, soon as that brother got killed, it was probably hundreds of thousands of videos on him, and people resharing the video because he died and everything like that. Because low level people trying to get famous too, and the elite of the people, the elite that owns the music industry and that owns the entertainment industry, they know, okay, I know these people gonna share this information because they trying to get famous. So now, because he died, thousands of people sharing his information, thousands of people talking to him, talking about him on YouTube because they're trying to get famous. They're trying to be clickbait, right? They're trying to do clickbait. So now, other people are playing his music like, damn, rest in peace, bro. He just dropped this album the other day. Now, he got more streaming on his songs. He got more downloads on his songs than he did when he was alive. But who is getting the money? Do y'all would be stupid as hell if y'all think that these people family actually making this money. They don't give these people family a dime. Look it up if you think I'm lying. I don't care if you research Tupac. I don't care if you research Biggie. I don't care if you research any of these new millennial rappers. Look how much money, research on your own and see, did any of those people, family members get a dime after they died? Because again, the record company has insurance on you. Like, for example, they'll say, listen, we're going to sign you to a $1 million contract, but you got to pay this much back. So he go off and do concerts, make music. And yes, he making a little pocket change, but then boom, he ended up dead. Guess what? When you end up dying, whatever you owe plus whatever you got off your records, it's more now because you're dead. Look it up. I forgot what they call it. I should have had the information before I did a live stream. But look it up, y'all. I'm telling y'all, brothers when Michael Jackson passed away, Michael Jackson made Sony, which is the record company, more money than he made them when he was alive. Angie Stone, I guarantee you, when she died, she made whoever she was signed to at that time, she made that company way more money than she did when she was alive. James Brown. When James Brown died, I guarantee you, he made that record company more money than he made them when he was alive. Especially in today's time, because like I said, soon as that artist died, especially in today's time, like Julio Fulio, Michael Jackson, Angie Stone, so on and so forth, Mo3 made whoever he was signed to whatever record company he was signed to way more money than he did when he was alive. What's his name? Young Dolph. When Young Dolph got killed, shout out to Memphis. I guarantee you, Young Dolph made that record company more money than he made them when he was alive. Because when you sign that contract, you don't understand that they got insurance on you. And they own you. Yeah, you may see them flashing money and stuff like that, but they had to work hard for that money. They had to make all kind of foolish music for that money. Had to go through all kind of things for that money, and they still not getting as much money as the record deal company. So again, you want to be rich and famous. But what if the industry get tired of you talking too much after you realize that this ain't really that you really don't want to be rich and famous no more? What happens if they say, I'm tired of this person talking? You talking too much. What happens if what happens if they kill you? You can't run to the police because they own the police. You can't run to your mama because they'll threaten you like, yeah, we know, don't your mother Rachel stay over here. It'll be a shame if something were to happen. And what about your kids? Don't your kids go to school don't your kids board the bus at 6 p.m.? Wouldn't it be a shame if something happened to your kids? That's what they do. They will get you in that room and they will threaten you that if you don't do this, if you don't let this man violate you, something is going to happen to your kids. Y'all don't believe me? Look it up. That's what they do. That's what they do. So, is it really worth being rich and famous, y'all? I really want to know. Is it really worth being rich and famous? Is it worth it? Because it's not worth it to me. I don't give a damn. Like I said, I got over 7,000 subscribers. And certain people are starting to know my name now. You know, now, am I getting paid from YouTube? Nope. Nope. Some people that I talk to, they say, well, you not getting paid yet? Nope. Maybe it's a good thing that I'm not getting paid yet. Maybe it's a good thing that my channel is not sponsored yet. And guess what? I'm not in a rush for it to happen. Why? Because I don't want to go through none of that. You will understand what I'm saying, people. You will never be able to be yourself. The price of you, the price. What did I say on that thumbnail? Damn, I forgot what I said. I think I said rich, fame, and the price you pay. Something like that. The price that you're going to pay is your life, your manhood. It's not going to be, you may look at a woman on TV and say, as a woman yourself, and say, look here, I want to be just like her. I'm going to be just like Tyra Banks. I'm going to do just what Jennifer Hudson is doing. You don't know what Jennifer Hudson and Tyra Banks and Wendy Williams had to go through to get to that stage. You don't know what Steve Harvey had to go through. Yeah, Steve Harvey may be laughing and being funny, but deep down inside, when no cameras are around, think about what I'm telling y'all, man. When no cameras are around, no matter who it is, I guarantee you those people are going through hurt and pain. because they had to give up their manhood, they had to give up their womanhood, they had to give up their childhood. Some of them had to sacrifice their own children. Y'all don't believe that, do you? When you look at these movies and you see these actors and actresses, yeah, they may be acting real good. Yeah, they may do their thing in front of the camera. But do you ever stop and consider what these people had to go through to get this? Because think about it, you're not about to just sit up here and be rich and famous and not go through anything. That's not how it works, brothers and sisters. Selling your soul is real. You understand? You have entertainers admitting that they sell, you have entertainers admitting that they sold their soul. So my question to you is it worth your manhood? Is it worth your sanity? Is it worth your womanhood? Is it worth your sanity? Selling your soul is real. That's why the Bible says that what profit a man if he sells his soul to gain the whole world? What profit you gonna get out of that? Yes, you may have a whole bunch of dead presidents in your pocket, and you can go to the store and buy everything. Yeah, people may be screaming your name. You can lay with a whole bunch of women or a whole bunch of men, and ain't nobody gonna tell you nothing. Yeah, you can write a post on Twitter or X or Snapchat or something like that, and thousands of people are gonna like it. Yeah, you can post a video on social media now that you're famous, and thousands of people are gonna like it. Yeah, you can look at your Instagram and your Facebook, and millions of people are gonna follow you. Yes. Yes, you can say, now that you're famous, you can say the stupidest things. You can say the stupidest things now. And people are going to follow you because you're rich and famous. But think about how you were before you got famous. Think about how you were before you got famous. You was that same ratchet female from the hood. You was that same ratchet brother from the hood. But now you rich and famous and you think your shit don't stink. And there ain't no telling what you had to do to get that money. Or maybe you're acting like your shit don't stink because they put you in a room and told you, act sedity. And here, I'm gonna give you and here's another thing. Now, what I'm about to say may rub some of you the wrong way, but I don't care. How come in the music industry, if you notice, when a brother or a sister get famous, and when I say a brother or a sister, I'm really talking about so-called African Americans and Hispanics and Native Americans. How come when a brother or sister get famous, they end up going with the other race? Why can't they go back to the hood and pick somebody out of the hood? They just left the hood. You know why? Because according to that contract, you can no longer date Pookie and them. You can no longer date your childhood sweetheart. You can't date a regular person. You gotta date somebody that's been ran through in the industry. Look at Rihanna look at Rihanna for example. Rihanna is a beautiful sister. But if you notice, Rihanna, for example, she don't go and get a regular blowjo that works at that got a normal 9 to 5 job, or either they got 6 figures. Everybody that Sierra, I keep talking about Sierra. Hell, let's just use Sierra since I'm talking about it. Sierra, the singer, the R&B singer. If you notice, these men and women never date anyone that no one's ever had. It's like that they just passing each other around. It's kind of like it's a secret group or something. If you're gonna date someone, if you want some penis or if you want some vagina, you gotta go with her. That brother may not want to be with her, but maybe what if it's a secret society that says, according to the contract, that says if you're gonna date, you gotta date someone that's already famous. Why can't I date someone that's not famous and help them up? No, they don't want you to do that. I probably will never find an article that says, for example, Chris Brown, uh, let's say Chris Brown started dating a girl that works at Walmart. You'll never see that. It's more than likely always some type of person that's always famous. Why is that? Why can't they just go and live a regular life and say, you know what? I'm going to. I don't want to date Rihanna no more. I don't want to date Sierra no more. I'm going to go with this person. They can't do that because they're under oath. Because guess what? You know why I think they do that, y'all? I think the reason why they do that is because if any of them entertainers actually date a regular person that's not famous, they may start telling the person that's excuse me, they may start telling the famous person that's not famous everything that's going on in the industry. Now I could be wrong, y'all, because I'm not right about everything. But the reason I think that these entertainers don't date regular people, it's not because most of them are saying, well, he gotta have this or she gotta have that. No, no, no. I think the reason why is because, like I said, I think the industry has a certain guideline that they can only date certain people in their own bracket because they may be scared that the famous people are going to tell the regular people what's really been going on behind the scenes in the industry. And that's another reason why I say I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be famous, y'all. If you gotta pick and choose who I'm gonna be with or who I can be with, if I gotta select a celebrity that everybody else done ran through, I don't want to be with Sierra. I don't want to be with Rihanna. I don't want to be with Kelly Rowland. I want to be with the one that I was already with before I signed that contract. And I firmly believe they will look at that person and say, no, no, here's the thing, bud. Here's the thing, buddy. Listen. I understand that that's your wife and everything like that. I truly understand. Well, I understand that's your girlfriend, but look at her. The fuck you mean, look at her? I mean, listen. You just signed a huge deal, man. Let's go and have some drinks. No. Why did y'all tell my wife she couldn't be in here? Listen, bud, listen. You're not regular anymore. What do you mean I'm not regular anymore? What I mean, man, is you're in the entertainment industry now. And you know, you know, if you want a woman, there's plenty of women that will throw it at you. But that's not what I want, Bob. Israel, Officer Israel, come on, brother. You're making it hard for you. You're making it hard. Here, have a drink. Take a load off. I think that's what really be going on, y'all. I may be wrong, but I think that's what really be going on. I think that's what really be going on. You can't even date your childhood sweetheart no more because, or even if you do get a chance to date her, guess what? She got to dress like a hoe. Notice all the females, even the males, they always got to dress provocatively. Look at all these R&B singers, whether they're whether they're males or females. Why the women got to be over sexualized? Why? Because in the industry, sex sells. You think all them women want to actually take off their clothes? I can look at some of them in their face and tell that they're embarrassed. They don't want everybody to be looking at what's supposed to be private. But for the price of fame, you gotta show that thing. I'm gonna say it again. For the price of fame, you gotta show that thing. And you know, for the sisters that got caught up in the industry, what about the actresses in the industry, y'all? What do you think that they had to do to get a record deal? I guarantee you, most of them had to sleep with every movie director there was. When one get done, another one get on top. When he get done, another one get on top. When he get done, a woman come in the room and turn her out. Y'all think I'm bullshit. Some of y'all may say, "Oh, you know, Officer Israel, you're doing too much." No. What if that's the case? Look at Raven Simone. Raven Simone was a beautiful black woman. Do you hear me? Raven Simone, shout out to Raven Simone, man. Look, that was one of my biggest crush when I was a child, man. But look at her now. She a lesbian now. Listen to me, y'all. Look at Lil Uzi Vert. Lil Uzi Vert started out as a rapper. You know, I ain't never listened to none of his music because it was trash anyway. But look at him. He's sitting up there with fingernail polish on and a purse and showing his stomach like a female. Look at Lil Nas X, the one that sang that song "When I Take Not to the Hotel," whatever that shit say. That song wasn't a hit when it came out. I actually liked the song. But then the next thing you know, he come out of the closet talking about he gay. Then the next music video I seen, he sliding down the pole on Satan's lap. What the hell is this? What the hell is going on in the industry? You can look at that brother when he first came out and you could tell that that brother probably ain't have no gay bone in his body. But what happened? When they get you behind them closed doors, you sign that contract, and you may try to walk out and say, "No, I'm good." When you get behind them, when you get behind them doors, because like I said, you can't call the police. They got they got the police on payroll. You can't go to the news station. They got the news station on payroll. So where can you go? Where can you go? Who can you tell after you get so famous? Who can you reveal a secret to? You can't tell Steve Harvey because Steve Harvey is a Uncle Tom himself. Anytime you try to tell somebody, they gonna tell it to save their ass because they don't want to end up dead or they don't want to end up scrutinized. And now you done expose the music industry, or you done expose the entertainment industry. Now, famous people calling you saying, "Yo, listen, man, you talking too much. Hey, just chill out, bro. Just chill out, bro. Just do what they say." And they might not have touched you or anything yet. And you may be sitting up there, yeah, man, fuck all that. All y'all some coons. I'm not finna be with that homosexual agenda. Steve Harvey, get off my phone. This and that, this and that, this and that. Next thing you know, not even 24 hours later, they done arrested you and charge you with rape, murder, or whatever they can pull on you. And they paid TMZ or whatever the outlet is to paint you as this bad person. A week later, they did a whole documentary on you, just bringing up all kind of charges against you, plastering it all over social media. And the next thing you know, you got people in the comment section calling you a rapist, and you ain't never raped nobody in your life. How? You got people calling you a murderer, and you ain't murdered nobody in your life. They hired a woman on social. They hired a woman they had hundreds of women, or about 50 women, to lie on you and say you raped them back in 1972, and you ain't never raped a woman in your life. They said you drugged her. They said that you drugged all the women, and they didn't know what they was doing. So now the whole world believes that you are a rapist because you don't want to go with what the entertainment world is doing, or because you said, you know what, or because you said I'm gonna go to CBS and offer them $150 million to own that network. So I'm a rapist because I said I offered money to you to own the network? What? So again, is it really worth you being famous, brothers and sisters? I think not. Is it really worth it? The answer is no. Y'all don't be letting these entertainers fool y'all, man. And look at the music they push in the industry. Y'all hit that like button if you haven't already. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. It is greatly appreciated. Hold on one second. I need to plug my phone up. I gotta hold my phone in my hand now because we gotta plug it up. I don't want it to go dead while I'm live. And definitely share the live stream, guys. This is a very, very pertinent topic. One second. Yeah, I gotta plug my phone up real quick. So yes, the music industry has the power to paint you as whatever they want to paint you as when you don't follow their guidelines. I'm gonna say it again. The entertainment industry has the ability to paint you whatever they want to paint you as when you don't follow their particular guidelines or their particular rules and regulations, right? But what I was about to say of the music industry. I mean, the music and the entertainment world. Y'all don't see how most of this music that's coming out nowadays, even back in the day, is violent or overly sexualized. The music never promotes anything about marriage. It's always saying, let me put a X pill in your butt. Let me have sex with you and your friend. Uh, I'm, something like I'm still your boyfriend, or I don't need no nigga, or I can have sex with how many people I want to have sex with. What you think that's gonna do to the psyche of the people that is listening to the music? Um, what do y'all think that's gonna do? That's gonna affect the psyche. Hold on. One second, guys. Where do you go? So yeah, I was saying, music like that affects the psyche, um, affects the psyche of the people that's listening. For example, the so-called gangster music, they call it drill music today. The drill music that people listen to, shoot a nigga in the head, bang, 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 shot his mama's house up. Now here you go, because you listening to all this violent music. Now for some reason you got the feeling of, you know what? I want to slide on me a nigga. And the first thing you put on, for example, first thing you while you ride into the house, while you ride into your who you think is your op or who you think is your enemy's house, while you ride into his house, guess what type of music you gonna put on? Set It Off by Lil Boosie. Now you done committed a crime because you listening to that violent music. Meanwhile, it's a good chance that the person that you're listening to, the music that you're listening to, he has never picked up a gun a day in his life. You understand what I'm saying? Alright, I'm back. Hey, hit the like button if you haven't already. I greatly appreciate it. We're talking about the price of being famous. you look at the thumbnail, that's what we're talking about. Um, yeah, we were talking about the music that our people, especially our young folks, listen to. So now you don't sit up there, you don't commit a first degree murder, or you don't broke into someone's house because of the music you listening to, and you don't even know that chances are the person you listening to, he ain't never done a thing like that in his life. He was raised in a good family, but he got you believing that he just a homicidal maniac, or that he just about that life. Now you sitting in prison because you listen to Lil Boosie. So, in my opinion, is it worth? Do I want to be famous like that? Nope. Listen, I'd rather be broke and still be all right than to be sitting up there famous, everybody knowing my name. I done sold my soul, or I done sacrificed my cousin, or my child, or my mother, or my father, just for a moment in time. And the reason why I say just for a moment in time, because this shit don't last forever, y'all. This, what we see today could be gone tomorrow. So you're doing all you can just to get a record deal for a little bit of nothing. You doing all you can. Appreciate the like. You doing all you can just to get a little bit of change. And at the end of the day, do you know that the industry could easily say we're tired of him, or we tired of her, and they'll just get rid of you. They'll just have it on the news where you mysteriously died of an overdose when they the one that really did it. But you don't work so hard. Now your parents gotta bury you, and they actually think that you overdosed because when you dealing with the elite, they will design a way to get you up out of there or to kill you when they're tired of you. And now your family ain't even thinking about doing no research on their own. And then the only money that they have to bury you is the money that you made. Cause like I was saying earlier, the industry is gonna make more money off you now because you're dead than they made off you when you were alive. Because why? They had insurance on you. That's just like if you have a house, right? You got insurance on your house. You got insurance on anything you got, right? If it burned up in a fire or something like that, guess what? You getting that money. So these record labels, they have insurance on their artists. And at any time these artists get killed, guess who make the money? It ain't the family. It's the people who owned you. It's the record. It's the record company that you signed to. So that was just my thought, and let me know what you guys think. Um, share the live stream, and definitely let me know what you guys think, because like I said, I was thinking about it, and it dawned on me like, damn, I don't want to be that famous. I don't want to be famous at all, really, to be honest with you. I enjoy being on YouTube, but I'm not selling my soul, and I'm not putting on a dress. So y'all don't let y'all don't let these industry people fool y'all. Y'all don't let these TV show hosts fool y'all. Y'all don't let these artists fool y'all like uh like they just living their best life. Yeah, they may be living their best life, but behind closed doors, when they take off those clothes and when they take off that makeup and they take off those clothes, unless they're just 100% evil and there's no morality in them, I guarantee you, a good percentage of them wish they would have never got that record deal. I guarantee you, some of them wish they still live their normal life. Because, like I said, when you're rich and famous, your life is not private no more. Everybody's gonna know your business. Everybody, when you go to jail, there's gonna be a news outlet that put your business all over the street. They put your business all over the media. When you take, when you anything you do now that you're rich and famous, you don't have no more privacy no more. You don't have no more privacy no more. You could be eating a burger in your car. Somebody is gonna take a picture of you, even if it ain't a news outlet. One of your fans could take a picture of you while you eating that burger, and then the news outlet or somebody a famous news outlet is gonna get a hold of it, and they can write anything on that news article about you, and you ain't even know what was going on. And think about the people that'll sue you just because. Say like if somebody come up to you and start crap, right? You know, you eating at a restaurant, then the next thing you know, let's just say you and that person get into it. And you know, you defending yourself, and let's say that person swing on you as a famous person. Let's say he get mad because you don't want to sign his or you don't want to give him an autograph, right? And he swing on you, and you duck it and you swing it, hit him back and knock him out cold. Guess what? Now you got a $50 million lawsuit. Now it's all over social media that you're a bad person. But no one's talking about the fan who uh who swung on you first. For another example, say Officer Israel meet up with a woman, and you know whatever, and say I end up having sex with the woman, and say I end up agreeing. Now I'm famous now. Say if I end up agreeing to pay the woman X amount of money. So the service is done, or whatever the case may be. We have sex. We get done. Whoo, shit. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. All right. You know, I'm about to wash my ass and get gone. Now I paid her the money, and she say, "This ain't enough." You mean to tell me you famous and you can't at least buy me a purse or something like that, or give me $10,000? What? Give you $10,000 for what? I'm just saying. I sat up there and gave my body to you and this and that, this and that, this and that, this and that, and now, lo and behold, I'm in jail because the woman who agreed to have sex with me in the first place, she said that I raped her. And she got the text message saying where we were gonna meet up at and stuff like that. Now I can't say that I didn't rape her. My lawyer is gonna have to prove that no rape was involved. Now, even if the case is overturned and she didn't win the lawsuit, even if the case is overturned and she didn't win a lawsuit, my reputation is still on the line. Because by this time, probably not even 24 hours later, a news outlet has got wind of it, and they done wrote the article. Officer Israel is facing rape charges of a California girl. What? When did I? And now the police come knocking on my door. Officer Israel, yes. Go ahead and place your hand behind your back. You're under arrest. Under arrest for what? Because the woman said that I raped her. You understand what I'm saying? This is the price that brothers and sisters would have to pay. Now let me put this out there real quick. Ain't nothing like that happen. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like that happen. I'm just giving an example. But this is the price you have to pay when you're famous. Let's look at Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey a while back, right? You know, he's a television host. You know, he's good at reading off the teleprompter. One day he was in charge of doing the announcing the next Miss Pageant or whatever, however that shit go. You know them women that stand up there from state to state, and his job was to introduce the next winner. So he opened the card and he read the wrong name. He mistakenly read the wrong name, right? So now, then he corrected himself. Now the girl who really didn't win because he said her name first, she thinking, yes, I won, yes. But he openly he said, I made a mistake. The winner is actually so and so, whoever the girl name was, right? Now the girl who he mentioned first sued him. I forgot what she sued him for, but I think it might have been something like for emotional distress, because he accidentally said her name when it was somebody else. And I understand the hurt and pain and the humiliation when it comes to that. But even in that, you mean to tell me y'all got to put my business out about me being sued? Why can't me and her lawyer come in here privately and say and talk about the situation instead of it being plastered on social media? Why? Because that's the role you chose. You wanted to be rich, you wanted to be famous, you wanted to be on TV. So now whatever you do is going to be on social media. You can't even take a good shit in peace. Y'all better hope those of you who are wanted to be famous, you better hope you don't shit on yourself in public. You better hope you don't piss on yourself in public. You better hope you don't do nothing normal in public that the social media world finds funny or embarrassing. You listen. You can do all you want to by telling them to take it down and everything like that. They're not taking that down because when this person see it, she gonna share it because she trying to get famous. When he see it, he gonna share it because he famous. Now you gonna be everybody gonna remember the person the famous person that shitted on himself. You understand? That's what I'm saying. No, neither one of you on my live stream listening to me right now can't tell me there ain't a moment where you accidentally pissed or shitted on yourself or something embarrassed, right? It's something embarrassing. You know why not many people know about it? Because you're not famous. But say if you were famous and you did something simple like that, do you know how embarrassing that would be if thousands of people, millions of people watch that video of you doing that on yourself? Or say like if you having sex with your wife or you having sex with your husband as a famous person. You may be in a hotel or you may, let's say you want to record the video because you like making videos of you and your wife having sex or you and your husband making sex. Both of y'all agreed to it. Now the clip of you having sex with your wife or your husband is plastered all over social media, and now you being fired from the NFL or you being fired from the WWE because there's a video circulating around on social media because you're famous, right? There's a video circulating of you beating your wife stuff down in the bedroom, or you giving your, I ain't gonna get into that, but y'all get the point. I can get kind of graphic, so y'all gotta excuse me. But the point is, you will never be able to do nothing private no more. So is it really is it really worth being famous? So you want to be famous? I know I don't want to be famous. I don't want. Don't get me wrong. It would be nice for somebody to know my name. It would be nice for somebody to say they want a picture with Officer Israel because of who I am. But when it comes to being on that level of me not able to eat in peace and whatever I'm going through with my family or with my spouse or whatever the case may be, it got to be plastered on social media. I don't want that, man. That's miserable, y'all. That is miserable. That's not living. Yes, I may have money. I may get to the point where I have money, but is me having that money worth me not being able to do anything in private? No. You understand what I'm saying? I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. Because that's what goes on in the music industry. And stop believing in everything y'all see. Just because a credible news source may post about that famous person, now you sitting up there telling other people, you know, such and such did this, and he ain't do a damn thing. Just because you see him locked up, you think he did it, or just because he got sentenced, he did it. No, that's not the case. It could be, it very well could be that he disagreed with something that the music industry is doing, or he disagreed with the entertainment industry, and now they on his ass. Now I'm not saying that that a good bit of them that is that they say is guilty of doing whatever they did or doing whatever they were accused of. I'm not saying that they didn't do it, but some of those people are as innocent. Yeah, some of those people are innocent, man, and they just want to own their own stuff. When you sign your name on that record label or whatever deal you're getting, you don't even own your own damn name. Like for example, when Prince first came out, y'all know, for those of you who know Prince, y'all know Prince. Y'all ever wondered why Prince changed his name to the artist? Yeah, that Prince. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Do y'all ever wonder why Prince changed his name all of a sudden from Prince to the artist? Because issues that he was having with the record deal. When he was when he got free from that record deal, they not only owned him, they owned his very name. That's why he changed his name from Prince to the artist. Because when like my name, Officer Israel, if I sign a record deal or anything like that, guess what? They own my name too. They not gonna give a damn that I've been had a YouTube channel named Officer Israel Gaming or Officer Israel. They not gonna give a damn about that. Because under their policy, when I signed that contract, that's me saying that they own me. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm so happy that I signed the contract. I'm not really understanding what the terms and conditions of this contract means. And that's what a lot of brothers and sisters, including white people, including other people, but that's what a lot of black brothers and sisters do because The educational system didn't never really just teach us how to read like that. So when we sign them contracts, we sign the stuff that we don't have no meaning of what those words mean. We don't have our lawyers present when we sign those contracts. So we so excited to sign the contract. Some of us don't even read. Some of us don't even ask questions. And even if we do ask questions, they'll say something, but that ain't really what it means. Or they'll use a big word that you don't even know. And now you done signed your whole life over. You don't agree to sacrificing your mama, and you don't even realize that you just agreed to sacrificing your own damn mama. Because like I said, they never taught us how to read and write and understand professionally. This educational system is ass. So now you having poor reading skills and poor comprehension skills when it comes to big words and things like that and uh, certain vocabularies. Now you done signed that contract not knowing you done signed yourself into a whole bunch of bullshit that you will never be able to get out of. They will kill you before they let you get out of it. Facts. These people don't just be mysteriously dying, y'all. These people be selling their soul to the devil, and then they realize they done fucked up, and they go against the industry, and the industry take them out. So again, I ask all of you that's watching me right now: is it really worth you wanting money so bad? Are you really willing to sell your soul? And some of you gonna say yes. Are you willing Are you willing as a man that likes a woman? Are you willing to let a man run up in you like that? Another man. Are you willing to do that? Are you that hungry for money? For you sisters, are you willing to lay down with every music producer there is? With damn near every producer there is to get famous? Are you willing to get gang banged on? You got Are you willing to take two penis in the ass, one in the vagina and one in the mouth just to get famous? Some of you will say yes. Some of you don't have morals about yourself already. Some of you don't some of you been doing that even before you got famous. So you don't mind taking two penis in the ass or one penis in the ass, one in the vagina and one in your mouth. Some of you gonna say yes. Some of you can't wait to get in that damn room and bend it over. Let's just be real, y'all. I'm being real, y'all. Can I be real? It's in my name. Officer is real. Come on, man. This y'all thought I was just gonna come on here talking about a whole bunch of bullshit and laughing and chuckles? No. Y'all ain't never known me to do that. I've always been square business. I've always kept it real. So those of you who are getting offended and say, "Oh my ears," get off the live stream. I'm just letting y'all know. Same thing for brothers. Are you willing to be gay? Are you willing to suck on another man's penis for $100 million or $50 million? Are you brothers? Are you men that's on my live stream right now that's trying, or those of you who don't know me and that's trying to get famous on Twitch or wherever? Are you willing to sell your bowels, to give up your manhood for $50 million or whatever it is? Are you willing to do that? If your answer is yes, then go right ahead. But if you want to stay with your mind intact, you better think about what you're doing. Yeah, you may have 100,000 subscribers. Yeah, you may have 100 million subscribers, but eventually they're coming after you. You're not just gonna meet no famous person and then they not try to get you. You will never be able to just meet Will Smith and stuff like that, and actors and singers and dancers and stuff like that, and actress and rappers and football. You don't get on that level without having some type of sacrifice. Let's be real. Let's be real. You're gonna have to sacrifice something. Are you willing to sacrifice your own mama and daddy for that $100 million, or to be on TV? Are you willing to sacrifice your child? Are you willing to let them lie and say your child was sick and he ought and they just or your children were sick and they just automatically died? Are you willing to sacrifice your? Because that's what happens. Why all of us? That's why I said earlier. Why all of a sudden when a person get famous, they mama just mysteriously die, or somebody a hitman just massacre their whole family. Then the next thing you know, you see them all on TV talking about it. Then a few months later, they got their own radio show, own TV show. They the host of MTV or whatever it is. That ain't by coincidence. These people be sacrificing their own people, man. So are you willing to sacrifice your own people? Those of you who are up and coming singers and rappers right now with probably 500 subscribers, you that's getting thousands of views each time you sing. Because eventually you're gonna run into somebody that's gonna want to sign you. But you gotta ask yourself. I'm sorry if you can't see me that good, guys. Like I said, I'm charging my phone. But you gotta ask yourself: Are you willing to sacrifice everything morally about you? Are you willing to sacrifice your body? And I'm not talking about just being tired from touring all over the world. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the stuff that don't nobody wants to talk about. Are you willing to sacrifice yourself, your family member, your friends? Or are you willing to watch somebody get put to death to get that big role on that movie? Or are you willing to bend it over and let 50 men run the train on you to be a successful supermodel? We gotta be real with ourselves. We have to be real with ourselves because, like I said, I'm gonna circle it back to what I was talking about in the beginning. Myself, I have over 7,000 subscribers on YouTube, almost 8,000. And don't get me wrong, I want to thank you guys for that. I want to thank you guys for your support. But I often think about what if they come after me, a regular streamer, because my channel is growing. And believe it or not, the Elite Confederate, when you start to grow, they start to watch you. They start monitoring what you're doing, what you're talking about, how many views you're getting. They watch it every time. Why you think America is not? Why you think America represents the eagle bird? Because the eagle watches everything. The eagle can swoop down on you from thousands of feet in the air with pinpoint accuracy and get your ass. That's why America has the eagle represented as America. That ain't no coincidence. So yes, they watch you. They watch everything you do. They let you get famous. They even let you make money. They let you get multiple deals. They let you get multiple sponsors. But eventually, when you make enough money, when everybody starts saying your name, when you start getting a popular hashtag, and when you start to making it on certain podcasts, they coming after you. But the question is, would you bend? Will you break? Or will you stand firm? And this question is posed to you to us low level gamers, to us actors, to us singers, to us up and coming models, whether it be male or female, to us story writers, to us up and coming skit creators. What are you willing to do for fame? Are you so tired? Are you brothers and sisters so tired of living poorly that you're willing to do anything? Are you willing to humiliate anybody else? Are you willing to talk about people in a bad way? Are you willing to demoralize other people to make yourself seem funny on social media? Are you willing? What are you willing to do for fame? Or are you willing to say, you know what, I'd rather just work a regular 9 to 5? And listen, I'm not telling you to quit what you're doing. If you're working on YouTube or if you get a following on YouTube, by all means keep doing your thing. But notice, hear me good. Once you get to a certain level, they are coming after you, whether you like it or not. Because everybody had to start somewhere. Hell, I worry about Steve the Gamer. Steve the Gamer got, shout out to Steve the Gamer. Steve the Gamer got millions of subscribers on YouTube. Appreciate the like. Share the live stream if y'all don't mind. We're talking about, so you want to be famous. Check out the thumbnail. The thumbnail is the main title, but I just created another title for the title box of YouTube. But yeah, those are the things that I'm gonna start talking about every time I get a chance on YouTube because um, I'm gonna use this YouTube to bring out certain things. Now they may block some of my videos, they may take this one down. I don't know. If they before they do, because I have talked about a lot of things. Screenshot this, do whatever you can, and share it on your social media because they take stuff like this down. They don't like us talking about stuff like this. So before this live stream ends, do whatever you got to do. Screen record it. Take clips of the video. Take clips of this video. Post it on your TikTok, and and I will be back with another interesting topic. Don't get me wrong. I'm still gonna play the game and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. But from now on, I'm gonna come up with a random topic that will leave you guys thinking about. Come up with topics that will leave you guys thinking. I like to give people food for thought. You know what I mean? So you gotta ask yourself. Are you that broke? And when I say broke, some of you feel like you just dead broke, but you got a decent job. It may not be where you may not be where you want to be, brothers and sisters. But are you so downtrodden, or are you so down about your financial situation that you're willing to sell your soul, that you're willing to bend it over, that you're willing to give up your manhood, your womanhood, that you're willing to give up your childhood, your children, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your nieces, your uncles? Are you willing to demoralize someone, humiliate someone? Are you willing to humiliate someone just for a laugh so you can be famous? Even when it comes to being a football player, yeah, you may know how to catch a ball and stuff like that, but think about it. Think about it. Are you being famous worth getting all those concussions and having people trying to take your head off? Even you up and coming boxers, whatever y'all do, even you up and coming boxers, are you willing to risk Parkinson's disease? Not because you done took so many punches and blows to the head and blows to the body that now you can't even sip a cup of tea without shaking? Look at what happened to Muhammad Ali. What do y'all think? What do y'all think that stemmed from? That was years of taking many different blows to the head. Your head is not able to be your head don't supposed to be going back like a Pez dispenser. Whatever you do, whatever entertainment you choose, it will catch up with you in the long run. When you seen Mike Tyson, I'm not Mike Tyson, but when you seen Muhammad Ali in his when he retired and he got old and he was diagnosed with, I believe, Parkinson's disease, couldn't stop shaking. Why? Because he took so many blows to the head that it damaged his brain. You understand what I'm saying? So is it really worth it, y'all? Whatever career choice that y'all make, ask yourselves, is it really worth it? And examine the matter. Examine the matter. Examine the matter. Is it really worth it? So with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this topic. Although it was random as hell, I know I'm just a random person. I'm very unorthodox. It ain't no telling what angle I'm coming from next. So just you just gotta bear with me. That's just the spirit that I roll with. But what I'm really trying to do, men, women, boy and girl, brothers and sisters, I'm really trying to save the youth because that's who is being. Not only are grown people are being impressed by this or formed shaped to like this type of stuff. It's mainly our babies, our kids, our little cousins, our baby girls, our baby boys, our youth. And I'm here to tell you young men and you young women, it's not worth your soul. It's not worth your manhood. It's not worth your virginity. It's not worth none of that. I remember a while back, um, they were scrutinizing T.I.P., the rapper T.I., because he was trying to make sure that his daughter was still a virgin at that time, and the whole world came against him because he's trying to protect his daughter's womanhood. Why? Because as a man, if I have a daughter, you damn right I'm gonna want to protect my daughter's virginity. But because he's rich and famous, you can no longer protect your daughter's virginity. How dare you protect your daughter's virginity or your son's virginity? How dare you want to be a good father and go and get your daughter checked and see if her hymen's still intact? Nigga, we paid you millions of dollars. Shut the fuck up. That's what they was telling me. And you heard no more about it. I don't want to be famous to the point where when I speak to my daughter, it got told to the whole world. Or when I talk to my son and go get something checked on my son, on my daughter, or my wife, I gotta be scrutinized for it by the whole world. Fuck that. I'm not willing to do that. That just pissed me off. I just thought about that. I wish a motherfucker would try to tell me, try to talk shit about me because I'm trying to make sure that my daughter's virginity still intact. Fuck y'all. The hell is wrong with these people? See, that's the price you pay when you're famous, though. You may be famous, you may got money, but when it comes to you disciplining your child, you can no longer discipline your child. You can no longer make sure your young man is still a man. You can no longer make sure your young woman is still a young woman. You can no longer tell your wife what to do. You can no longer have a sane household when you're famous. Look at most of these rappers and look at most of these rappers and entertainers. Look at their kids. Look at Lil Boosie's kids. Look at all these so-called gangster rappers' kids, man. They just as evil as their father, just as ratchet as their fathers and mothers. Why? Because when you're famous, you can no longer go by a strict guideline because social media is going to have something to say about it. So with that being said, guys, I hope you did enjoy this live stream. And I will come back tomorrow, early in the afternoon, Lord's will, and come back with another topic to talk about. Because I've been wanting to talk about stuff like this, but I just never did it. So, we're going to continue to talk. So I'm going to be a gamer and a talk show host. So, and I know I was flipping the camera all kind of ways. Be mindful, I do got a disability, so just be mindful about that. But eventually, once I get enough money coming in, I will be able to get me a podcast system set up and make it look all professional and things. So stay tuned. But with that being said, guys, I want to thank all you guys for watching. You guys know how I like to say it all the time. Stay positive, stay productive, but most importantly, guys, no matter what you do, please stay away from negativity. Until next time, I will see you soon. Stay safe and peace out, guys. Oh, make sure you share the live stream so it can get more views and feedback while even when the video is over. Alright, here we go. Later, guys. Thanks for watching.